Well, one of the things that impresses me is the number of really useful products that can be made out of this stuff, made out of materials which traditionally have had a short shelf life, which are then thrown away. And yet the things that you make are very serviceable, very durable, and in a sense much more useful than the original items, because plastics, I suppose the world production is about a couple of 100 million tonnes. It's much smaller than the production of steel at about 1.6 billion tonnes, but because plastic is such a low density material, the actual volume in cubic metres is about the same as steel production.
Right.
And too much of it just gets discarded, and because it's a low density it floats, and that means that it goes all over the world, and it causes the deaths of millions of fish and birds and small animals. So this kind of product, it seems to me, is a huge environmental plus.
Yeah, I think,
Really?
I mean, once we start putting a value on plastics where they can get reused for other products, then we're less likely to discard them.
Yeah.
So, for me, the more products that we can produce like this, the less likely we are to discard the milk bottles, the bags.
Yeah.
And whilst plastic gets a very bad press,
Yeah.
it's a hugely versatile raw
Yeah.
material that can be remoulded and reformed over and over again. So we view it as an environmental problem, but the plastics in the ocean is just a raw material in the wrong place.
Yeah.
And no plastic got there by itself. I'm afraid it's man that put it there.
Well, there's a couple of big gyres in the Pacific Ocean, and one of them is estimated to contain the best part of 50 million tonnes of floating plastic. That's a huge amount.
It is. It is.
That's probably a quarter of the world's annual production of plastics, just floating in the ocean.
And a wasted raw material.
Wasted raw material, yeah.
So this particular product is a trough system that we can use for cabling, we can use for liquids, and we can also use for movement of air. So its key areas, most popular areas are twofold. One is underneath composting plants, where it collects the leachate, but it also allows a trough to blow the air up that the composting requires. And secondly, for cables. So it's a very good system for running cables through. One of the challenges with concrete troughs and cabling is that when you pull cable through a concrete trough, it's very abrasive and it will wear away at the cable. But of course the plastic doesn't do that, so plastic on plastic works very effectively.
I think it's just it's excellent that we can start to capture and contain some of this stuff, because you know we've got a lot of issues.
Well, all I've seen
products.
today are products that are infinitely more useful than the stuff that went to make them. Yes, recycled. It's a huge plus environmentally, huge plus.